Let me ask you a question that might make you a little uncomfortable. How many times have you sought out elaborate strategies, complex productivity methods, and magic formulas, all while your life remained in a state of silent chaos and your mind was paralyzed by overwhelm? There is a biological and psychological trap in our constant pursuit of the extraordinary, where we neglect the simplest foundations of our own existence. Over the next 12 minutes, I'll explain the practical neuroscience behind this illusion and give you the 8 fundamental habits of Japanese minimalism to finally get your life in order, starting today. And our first practical step begins in exactly 2 minutes. If you feel a constant heaviness in your chest, that nagging sensation of always racing against time yet getting nowhere, listen closely to what I'm about to say. It's not your fault. This isn't a personal flaw. It's your brain operating in survival mode within a world that demands constant complexity, while your biology actually craves simplicity and order. You aren't broken. You just need to reclaim the power of the basics. In applied neuroscience, our ability to make clear decisions resides in the prefrontal cortex, a region that consumes a massive amount of energy. When your daily life is disorganized down to the smallest details, your mind becomes saturated by an excessive cognitive load. Picture your brain like a web browser with 40 tabs open at once, causing the system to crash because it's consuming too much memory. An unmade bed, the water you forget to drink, small tasks left half-finished. All of these act like invisible tabs draining your vitality in the background. Do you know why your brain does this? Because it interprets environmental disorder as unpredictability and danger, releasing small daily doses of cortisol into your bloodstream. And that is exactly the logic we are going to build together today. The first 2 basic habits to break this cycle are making your bed right after waking up and consciously managing your first glass of water. To deactivate this biological alarm right now, let's apply our first micro-action, the habit of seiri, 0-point organization. In the 2 minutes following this video, go to your bedroom and straighten your sheets, leaving your bed looking impeccable. Next, drink a large glass of water in silence, paying attention to the liquid hydrating your body. Giving your brain that first victory, along with proper hydration, in the opening minutes of the day, signals immediate order to your nervous system. Now, answer me this. Why do we insist on complicating life when peace lies in the simplest choices? There is a profound philosophy within Japanese minimalism that teaches us about the wisdom of elimination. We mistakenly believe that to get our lives in order, we need to add new tasks, courses, and commitments. But the physics of the mind works like pouring clean water into a glass full of mud. Until we remove the excess, clarity can never take hold. Neuroscience proves that predictability reduces anxiety. This is where our next 3 basic habits come in. Discarding 1 piece of visual clutter daily, setting a fixed time to turn off screens, and the closing the loop rule, where whatever you pick up, you immediately return to its original place. Notice and feel how respecting the simplicity of your space is the only sustainable way to quiet the noise in your mind. If this reflection resonates with you and brings a sense of relief, please hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. That is how we allow this message of serenity to reach more people who also need to simplify their lives today. Now, let's move on to our second practical micro-action, the 2-minute filter. This exercise takes exactly 2 minutes. Look around you right now and identify 3 small objects that are out of place. A glass on the table, a stray piece of paper, or an item of clothing on a chair. Pick each one up and put it in its proper place immediately. Closing these small, open loops teaches your brain that you are in control of your routine. When we start practicing the basics that most people overlook, we realize that external order is simply a reflection of the respect we have for our own story. But there is something about your quest for change that no one has ever told you. The real problem behind a disorganized life isn't a lack of knowledge or intelligence. It is the fact that you use the pursuit of grand things as an unconscious anesthetic to avoid doing the fundamental, everyday tasks that truly bring about transformation. We seek the extraordinary because the basics require presence and disciplined silence. Do you know why your mind insists on ignoring simple habits? Because tidying a drawer, going to bed on time, and breathing calmly don't trigger the superficial dopamine spikes that the digital world has conditioned you to crave. Doing the basics is an act of spiritual maturity. Neuroplasticity proves that true brain restructuring occurs through the daily repetition of small, consistent actions. We round out our list with the final 3 essential habits: moving your body for 15 minutes every day, practicing 5 minutes of intentional silence without your phone, and planning the 3 key priorities for the following day. And that is why our third micro-action is the most profound and transformative of all: the nighttime reset ritual. Every night, exactly 30 minutes before going to bed, turn off the bright lights in your home and switch to soft lighting only. Take a piece of paper and write down just 3 essential things you will do tomorrow. By handing this simple roadmap to your brain before sleep, you eliminate morning anxiety and allow your mind to rest peacefully. Notice how everything connects in a perfect web of simplicity. A made bed soothes your first glance of the day. Eliminating visual clutter frees up your working memory. And having clear priorities at night protects your rest. These 8 basic habits are not rigid rules, but rather the quiet architecture that restores dignity and order to your life. Always remember this anchoring phrase: the extraordinary is simply the basics done with consistency, love, and presence every day. When you master the simple things, life naturally finds its center. If you feel ready to let go of the illusion of complexity and take control of your life through the basics starting today, make a sincere commitment to me and to your own journey. Write the phrase, "I choose my peace," in the comments below. By typing these words, you establish a public intention of maturity and clarity with your mind and inspire others to do the same. Share this video with a friend, a family member, or anyone you care about who needs to get their life in order today. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel so you can keep walking with us on this journey of self-discovery. The Essential Whispers. Allow the essential to whisper the path of healing in your life. Thank you so much for breathing, learning, and finding stillness with me today. Stay mindful, and I'll see you in the next video.